MMA world, Ken.
It's going to be a big one. I'll tell you what, Cung Le's making his debut here in the ring, and I'm interested to see whether or not he's practiced on his ground game or if it even gets there.
Altman from Houston, Texas, 1 win in 3 previous MMA bouts.
Well, right there, it was a nice head kick. Altman took a head kick there, and Cung Le, there's another one. I don't know what his strategy is in this fight, but it's got to be to get it to the ground. Yeah, it's got to be.
Absolutely.
Cung Le's a proven striker, has done very well in his discipline, and now he's coming over to MMA, and he wants to make a mark for himself. But I don't believe Altman really should want to stand with him, or at least make him throw punches and try and get the fight to the ground.
Of course, we saw a lot of Sancho from Cung Le over the years. He was a U.S. champion in that, but not many people practicing that here. He wanted to keep his fight career going, so MMA was a logical choice.
And I think he's made a good choice because MMA is taking off, and Cung Le doesn't seem to be afraid of the ground. So I just want to see, I'd like to see him tested there. And again, this is his first fight, and he's not going to want to go to the ground.
This bout sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, a 10-point must system. No kicks or elbows to a down fighter, and no punching to the back of the head.
Well, that's a good rule. But again, I see Altman still pressing the stand-up, and I'm not quite sure what his game plan is here. But if I was to watch the tape of Cung Le in his stand-up fighting, I don't believe that I would want to stand and exchange kicks and punches with him.
Cung Le very comfortable with those kicks, with the sweeps, with the throws. He will try to bring any facet of his Sancho to here if possible.
Well, you watch Cung Le and you watch his footwork and how he's throwing those kicks. Every one of those things that he's doing is getting his distance. There's a good, Altman slapped him with a shot. But he's getting his distance, he's feeling him out, and he's putting pressure on him. He's going to, it looks to me like he's starting to close his distance. He's starting to get timing on Altman. That was a good stomach shot right there. But he's starting to get Altman's timing, and he's starting to get comfortable in front of him, and he's zeroing in on him.
Cung Le so powerful from in close, not just with the punches, with the kicks. From short distance, he can throw a heel kick that will throw a man across the cage.
And again, we saw him do one earlier on and landed flush on Altman's stomach. And I'm not sure. Again, I keep watching this and I'm going, okay,
why?
Take down, take down, take down. What are you doing standing up with the guy? That one just missed. That could have been good night. Good night.
Cung Le going up high, a little bit off balance. That's unusual. Usually 100% under control with every technique he throws. Another good kick to the head.
Well, sometimes when you're in here against an unorthodox fighter, and sometimes it's going to throw you off because it's not. He's used to seeing guys throwing punch combinations and leg kicks and checking them and knowing where they're going to be. But in MMA, it's not a normal type of punching positions or kicking positions, so he's going to have to adjust to that.
Cung Le's certainly a quality fighter, but now having to adjust to this new world.
Wow, that was a good spinning kick. That was his front leg. He started off with the right jab and then finished with the high kick. Caught him in the head, but it didn't look like it caught him flush. Like it was a smack. But I'm sure Altman knows it's there.
No question about that. As Cung Le begins his MMA career, Mike Altman just trying to stay with him.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be against the fence. He needs to get his back and into the center of the ring and not be there. That's what happens right there.
Oh, wow! On the button, Altman down, fight over.
And you know, that was one of those punches that didn't have a lot of power behind it, but it caught him straight on the chin.
Welcome to MMA, Cung Le.
Nice job.
So Cung Le from San Jose fighting in front of his San Jose fans gives them plenty to cheer about with a knockout of Mike Altman in round 1.
Right here you see Cung Le checking his kicks. He looks very comfortable right there, and he's not worried about Altman. And then he catches him with a high kick, but that didn't even land flush. But right now he's got Altman thinking about him, hitting him and punching him. Right there, caught him in the belly, backed him off. And you look at Altman's face right there. He's like, what am I doing? Boom! That caught him in the head. Right here, you see Cung Le coming in on him. Right there in the body. That hurt. Then a right hand to the chin, and that finished the fight. Lights out. Good night. Good night, Altman. Bam.
And that cage acting like a trampoline, shooting Altman off right into the punch of Cung Le and his trademark backflip. Cung Le in celebration mode.